What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the all-new 2021 BMW M440i Coupe. Huge shout out and thank you to Hendrick BMW of Charlotte on Independence for providing this new BMW for today's video. Definitely check out the link to their website down in the description below. They have a huge selection of all the brand new 2021 model year BMWs, so definitely check them out. And the model that we're looking at today is an xDrive Coupe finished off in Arctic Race Blue Metallic and has an MSRP at $70,000. Underneath the hood, this features a 3-liter inline 6-cylinder twin-power turbocharged engine that cranks out 382 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. The engine is also paired to an e-boost 48-volt mild hybrid technology system, which features an 11-horsepower electric motor, and all of that is connected to the 8-speed sport automatic transmission, which sends the power to all 4 wheels through the all-wheel drive xDrive system. And with a curb weight around 3,977 pounds, you can expect 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds. And then all running off a 15.6 gallon fuel tank, you're looking at 22 miles per gallon in the city and 31 out on the highway. The overall length is 188 inches with a wheelbase at 112.2. We get a height at 54.8 inches with a width at 72.9. The 2021 M440i also features a set of ventilated disc brakes in all 4 corners. We get a set of 4-piston calipers up front with floating calipers in the rear, and they're all finished off in BMW's Performance Blue. And this particular spec also features a set of optional 19-inch wheels finished off in a 2-tone machine silver and a satin gunmetal metallic. You also get a BMW M logo in them, and they're all wrapped in a Pirelli run-flat tire. One of the most noticeable upgrades for the new 2021 BMW 4 Series is this kidney-shaped grille. It's much larger than the previous generations, more on the vertical side going from the top to the bottom of the front bumper. There's a nice satin trim piece all around the grille surround, which gives it a really bold design, and then the mesh inside also features that same color. You can see a forward-facing camera as well as part of the forward parking sensors, and then there's a safety sensor in the lower portion of the right side of the grille. The upper portion of the grille also features slats that'll open and close depending on if the car needs to be more aerodynamic or have better cooling for the engine. And then on the farthest sides of the front bumper, you'll also notice functional air inlets finished in that same satin trim. These slots allow air to go into the bumper and pass through and out around the front tires to help increase airflow. And then there's large openings on either side to allow even more cooling to the radiators, and then a nice chin spoiler right in the center with some aggressive designs to it. This also features BMW's laser LED headlights with a blue trim piece in them. They have LED headlights and LED daytime running lights. They really help give the new 4 Series a modern appearance. And then finishing up with the front end, we have the BMW logo right in the center, and all the lines flow very nicely to the hood with sharp lines on each side to give the new 4 Series a modern appearance. And then moving to the side profile, that satin trim actually flows really nicely and matches with the wheel option. You can also see that same color on the mirror caps. We have very sleek lines on the side profile of the 440i with a prominent body line right in the center of the door panel and another one in the rear section of the front fender. There's a lot of round sculpture to the side profile, and it slopes very nicely into the rear end to give it that coupe appearance, and then a nice bulge around the rear wheel arches to really give this that aggressive design. We have body colored door handles and gloss black trim around the windows, and LED turn signals as well as a camera all mounted into the mirrors. This car also features a sunroof, and then taking a step back, the entire side profile flows very nicely to give the new 4 Series a great design. And then moving to the rear end, you can see how all the body lines flow together very nicely to add a lot of sculpture to the 440i. On the back here, we have LED taillights that have a blacked out spot on the top part. We have the M440i badge over on the right side, and then the xDrive logo on the left. The backup camera is built right into the BMW logo in the center, and then we have 6 parking sensors on the entire rear bumper and a gloss black diffuser right in the center. This also features a dual exhaust system with satin silver exhaust tips and trim pieces on the farthest side of the bumper to give it that wide appearance, and then all finishing up with a deck mounted lip spoiler. So there's a good look at the exterior of the new 2021 M440i. Comment down below, what do you guys think of the new 4 Series front end? I think it looks really cool in person. It has a new design to it. The large grille looks really sweet, I think. So now to go ahead and take a look at the interior, we have the BMW key fob. I already have the car locked. All I have to do is go up to the door handle and grab it. It automatically unlocks, and we can get a great look at this interior. This interior is finished off in cognac Vernasca leather. We also have wood and silver trim all around. If we go ahead and take a look at the door panel, we have the brown leather as well as black trim, and then we have black stitching all along that. In the forward part of this armrest, we have a nice grab handle as well as your window mirror controls and then your memory seating. We get lock and unlock with the aluminum door release handle, and then a Harman Kardon audio system with a speaker up top and then another speaker. We also get some storage down below and a cup holder and your trunk release button. And then if we make our way inside, we have the aluminum M logo on the door sill, having a really cool design to it. We have all the power controls for the seat right on the side with forward, back, recline, your lumbar support, and then this upper button right here will control how tightly the bolsters will hug you. We have beautiful leather with contrast stitching, and then on the forward part of the seat you can grab the handle. This will extend out for a nice leg rest. We have really nice stitching all around the seat, giving it a really nice design to it. I love how aggressive the bolsters are, and then the whole pattern. The stitching runs all the way up to the headrests, which are adjustable as well. Beautiful looking interior so far. And then spinning around to the steering wheel, black leather steering wheel with silver trim, M logo on the bottom, and a heated button. And then now inside the new 4 Series, if I go ahead and close the door, the seatbelt's going to automatically extend out for easy reach. And then to go ahead and fire it up, all I have to do is keep my foot on the brake, and we can start it up. Taking a look at the gauge cluster, this is a full LCD display. Over on the left side we have your speedometer as well as your fuel level, and then over on the right side we have a tach, battery percentage, as well as the engine temperature. In the center we also have the navigation that'll pop right up. And then taking a look at the steering wheel, we have really nice black leather around the airbag. And then cruise control settings are over on the left side as well as your lane keeping assist. On the right side we have a lot of your Bluetooth and audio controls. We have steering wheel mounted paddle shifters that have a really good design and feel to them. And then on the left side of the steering wheel we can open this compartment up. We have a nice little cubby, and then above that all of your headlight controls as well as the interior dim level. We have some silver trim as well as ambient lighting around this air vent with some piano black trim above that. And then we have black stitching along the dash and then your heads-up display unit. And then moving to the center of the dash, we have another speaker up top, and then your full LCD display screen for the infotainment. You can see we have navigation on the left side with some audio and connectivity on the right side. We can swipe over to see different things within the vehicle. And then on the right side, you can go through many different things like your communication. You can go into your navigation to set everything there. Under car, you can change a lot of the settings within the vehicle. And you also have apps. You can go to your Android Auto and Apple CarPlay and control everything right here. And then if I go ahead and put the vehicle into reverse, the backup camera automatically comes up over on this left side. We have a top-down view over on this right side, and if you just tap different icons on it, it changes the view that you see on the left. So I really like how you get the full 360 view. Pressing the automatic button right here, it goes to your rear. Then if I go ahead and put the car into park, your front view camera will turn on, and the angle of the camera and guidelines change as you turn the steering wheel. So that is a really cool touch. We'll go ahead and put it back into reverse, and the same thing will happen in reverse. And then underneath the screen we have 2 more air vents as well as an LCD screen right in the center for all of your climate controls. You can easily adjust your different zone, your fan speed, and your dual zone temperatures. You also have your rear defrost, your heated seat button, automatic recirc, and all of those. Up top we have your hazard control. Then tapping this button right here is for all the intelligent safety. You can go under individual and actually change a lot of the items. If you go ahead and configure that, you can see how everything is. You can do a lot of changes there. Really nice features for the 4 Series. And then below that we have some radio controls, and as always if you just swipe your finger along it, it'll automatically go to all of the presets. We have a really cool looking dash with silver accents and then this nice textured wood trim. And then below all that we have more of the wood trim in the center console with stitching, black leather, and the silver aluminum trim. We can just tap this down to open up the compartment. We have 2 cup holders as well as USB ports and a 12 volt, and then your wireless phone charging mat is above that. We can go ahead and close that down. We have the gear control like we saw with park on the back side. We have a traction control button. You can turn that on and off. You can also get a shortcut to your camera, which will automatically come up. And then we have the parking sensors button below that with engine start, your different drive mode, your parking hold, and park and brake. And then we have a lot of the controls for the center screen. This is a rotary dial with a touch screen as well. And we have shortcut buttons all around that to go home, map, and back. So very easily I can tap buttons, control everything on the screen using the rotary dial, which is really nice to use. And then behind that we have your center armrest with the same brown leather and black stitching. Opening this up, we have quite a lot of space in here. You have a USB port as well and an LED light. And going ahead and closing that up. Taking a look at the glove box now, it opens up. We have a pretty normal amount of space in there as you would expect. Closes up nicely. And then one last look at the full interior. BMW does a really good job designing everything. I love all the contrast stitching along the leather. Really roomy in here too. And then as we make our way to the top, we have LED dome lights that easily illuminate. Then you can press this button back for the sunshade to automatically open. And then pressing the center button right here, the sunroof will open as well. And then now taking a look at the rear seat space, there's a handle on the back side of the driver's seat. We can go ahead and fold up the seat. It'll automatically slide forward as well for better entry. This is a 4-seater car. You can see the same stitching and design for the rear seat space. So we'll go ahead and hop inside now. You do have a lot of nice area to enter inside. So now getting in here, I am 5'11", so sitting here I actually have a pretty good amount of headroom. My head just barely touches the ceiling, so I don't really have to hunch over too much. These windows are really large, which really makes it feel nice and open. And then we have a speaker, more of the brown leather, all of the stitching, and a pretty good armrest as well as some storage. And then behind me, we go ahead and open up the center here. This opens up to give you another nice armrest, and you can tap this open for the cup holders and then go ahead and close these back up. And you can even open up this handle right here to make this entire piece come down, and now you have really easy access to the trunk space. So you definitely have a lot of room here. We'll go ahead and close the seat. Just pulling it back, it's automatically going to go back to the position I had it. I do have the seat set to my height. We also have some climate controls in the center with 2 USB ports and your climate vents, and then a net behind each seat. And I actually have plenty of knee room and foot room. This is actually very comfortable for a 2-door car like this, so definitely not too bad. And then just opening this up, it automatically slides forward to easily get out. And to now take a look at the trunk space, you can open it with the button on the key fob, the one on the interior door panel, or there's also a third one right beneath the BMW logo. This automatically opens right up. We have a lot of space in the back of the 4 Series. It's very squared off for fitting a lot of items. We even have storage pockets on either side really to maximize the space you get. And then open up these levers right here. This will automatically fold down the seats. And with the seats folded down, you can see just how much storage space we have in this 2-door car. Really nice how BMW has maximized all the space. And then going on to the interior again, you can see how flat the seats are folded down. So I really like the use of space for the 4 Series. Alright guys, so we are now setting off in the 2021 BMW 4 Series, the M440i. So this is not an M4, but it's not just the basic 4 Series. So we got a little bit extra power to it and performance, nicer brakes, more power to the engine. Really sporty inside and out. I love the interior. The front end looks so good in person. I love the satin trim on it too, so it's just really nice. So as we are getting our bearings with the new 4 Series, so this is a really comfortable car so far. I love how much visibility you have. Windshield does a great job. You can easily see forward, and then these side windows are huge. You have a really good view out. Looking through the mirrors and everything, you can see out very nicely. And then looking over your left and right shoulder as well, there's really no blind spots either. It's pretty easy to see around. I like how large those rear windows were, so it's really easy as a driver. So then now that we are actually driving, the seat really comfortable. I love the leather that you're feeling. Everything feels really nice and premium. The seat is extremely comfortable. I love extendable leg rest too. That is a nice touch. The suspension is absorbing the bumps really nicely. I'm currently in, let's make sure we're in comfort mode. So I'm in comfort mode right now. I mean, it is comfortable as you would expect. Suspension's doing a good job. It is extremely quiet in here too. You don't really hear any road noise or anything like that. We're going about 40 miles an hour. And then if we go ahead into sport mode, if we tap sport mode again, that goes into sport plus, and we'll put it into the manual mode right now. And then once you're in manual, you do have to hit it once or twice to at least go into the real manual. You can hear a little bit more of the engine sound to it. It gets a little bit more aggressive. Suspension has gotten a lot more sharp now. I can feel the bumps that I earlier didn't feel. So do a small acceleration just to kind of feel out this engine. And we'll see how the all-wheel drive and 8-speed automatic do. We'll get into second gear. Very healthy motor. That gets right up to speed. Half throttling it, of course, nothing crazy in a new car. Very quick, wow. I love the response to this turbo engine. Of course, I'm very familiar with this engine, but very powerful as you would expect, has a good sound to it. It's nothing too crazy as far as making a lot of noise or anything. I'm sure they're saving that for the M4, but you can totally tell when you're in Sport Plus mode, everything just feels a little bit sharper. The brakes also do a really good job. We're almost at a 4,000 pound car, so it does have some weight to it, but these Brembos seem to do a really good job just bringing it to a stop. And then the all-wheel drive system, of course, is going to do a great job just really pulling the car around. I love how performance-oriented this car really does feel. Oh, the engine does have a pretty cool sound. So we have a nice little twisty onto the highway. We'll see how balanced the car feels. But taking a sharp turn, you really don't feel much weight transfer. Wow. And then plenty of power getting you up and going, braking again. Yeah, it's a composed car, not much weight transfer. Love that. I love how every time you shift it when you're in the Sport Plus mode, it kicks you in the back just a little bit. So it adds that drama to it that a nice M Sport car is gonna have. And I love as soon as you let off the gas, the car kind of jolts you a little bit because it's super responsive like that. But yeah, definitely a nice car. The new 4 Series has a ton to offer. And now that we're just cruising on the highway again, I had the lane keeping assist, forward collision, we have the adaptive cruise control, all the safety settings that you're going to expect in a BMW. And we're going 60 miles an hour, super quiet as you would expect. Really well insulated from the road and the other elements, and you can't really hear too much outside of the car. And then coming to our final stop, wrapping up my thoughts on the 21 4 Series. It is a nice car. It's everything you would expect it to be. We'll leave it in automatic and just do a nice acceleration. That 8-speed automatic, lightning quick, right up to the speed limit, just like that. No issue there. But I think that's about it for the BMW 4 Series, the new M440i. Once again, huge shout out and thank you to Hendrick BMW of Charlotte on Independence. They have a huge selection of all the branded BMWs, so definitely check them out. I'll have their website linked down in the description. But I think that's going to wrap it up for today's video, guys. Give the video a huge thumbs up. Smash that subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all in the next video.